I am hoping you're out there watching this as we speak, as my host for these next few days has just made me another superb dinner. I'll tell you what, I'm being well looked after here. He's a good cook. Loving it. I've told him I'm moving in. He just put his phone up as he's finishing his dinner. Right, we've been out. Let me just make sure you're seeing what we're doing. Touch wood. I'll bring it on there and have a look on my phone to see if we're actually live. And we are live, I believe. So what I'm actually going to do now is take us in. No, I won't. Okay, well, I can't see that properly. So what I'm going to do is say what we've been up to. So I'm seeing a few people kicking in there. Cockney Geordie, how you doing, son? Dave Mamet, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Charlie Edward, how you doing, son? Bobby Moore. 5B5. Gee, so as long as you're all hearing and seeing me, this isn't the normal studio. I don't know what the quality of it's going to be like, but what I will say is we've been out in the campaign trail, and not my accent, by the way. It has been my host's accent blaring out in the hailers. And I've been driving around the streets of this particular area that we've been in. We've had different people watching us, different people coming out of their houses, cocking their heads. And we've been cock on all around them areas, driving round. The loud hailers are on top of the car. The car's got the English flags on it. It's got all the English stickers over the back. And as you can see, the driver... I love my country, England, and there it is. But I hate any British government. So we've been going around telling people, vote England, vote English, vote for Theresa Hurst of the English Democrats. We've had kids coming out the house on the second time coming up the road, on the wall, dancing to us, shouting out, vote for us, etc. So all of that is pretty good. So overall, I would say it was well received. And what I'm going to do now, this is my recording. We're going to do some recordings tomorrow. We're also going to be playing Dame Vera Lynn. There'll always be an England, and we will continue with vote English Democrats, etc. And no more lockdowns. Vote English. Vote England. Vote for Theresa Hurst of the English Democrats. Take back control of England. No more lockdowns. So, again, you've got the other one there, which is a fantastic Yorkshire accent blaring out on them speakers. They're attached to the roof of my car. Again, we've got the English flags in there. We've got the banners. So if there's anyone out there, and if there's anyone in that area who just happens to be watching, and I know a lot of people do watch around here, still getting people coming up to say hello. I had people come in here today, which I'm going to mention in a little while. Steve the plumber. Let me just say this about Steve the plumber. Right? As long as you understand, I hope Steve the plumber's wife is watching. Plumbers and heating engineers seem to be completely with it. They understand not only the constitution element, but Steve come in and talk to me, and he didn't actually know I was here, and then he found out I was here, and he come in and he was like, oh yeah, can't believe you're sitting in here, do you know what I mean? And don't forget, I'm just a normal working man, right? I don't want accolades for what I do. Hopefully at some stage in the future, very soon, we are going to be taking back control of this country. I'll go and earn a decent living again. But until we energise the people to understand what is wrong with this country and what's gone wrong. But that guy who come in here today, again, we're in front of this English flag and the Yorkshire flag there, and shaking hands and pointing at the flag and everything, and he was over the moon. Just to say to Steve's wife, right, if you're out there listening, Plumbers, heating engineers are people who use their head all the time, every day, solving problems, right? They go in and there's a problem with something and they have to think through it themselves. So they have got a lot of what I would say problem solving and cognitive experience, right? So they don't generally suffer the propaganda and the bullshit that's being fed to everyone. They're looking at it, they understand it, and they say, no, I can see it. And now all of a sudden, it's funny that many plumbers, heating engineers, bricklayers, plasterers, people that are builders that actually go out and fix things and do things and actually do something. They're what I describe as proper working class, and I'm not being rude, right? And I do mean this, I'm not being rude. Working class are not the people who sit on their backsides, eating whatever every day, a load of shit food, sitting in front of a TV, getting government handouts every day. They are basically the captive socialists that think everything in life is free, and in general terms, that's why they live in a shithole, right? These people that I'm talking about proper working class, are the people who built England. Go and have a look where I am now in Bradford, right? Just have a look. If you come from Bradford, look at your buildings, look at the York Stone, look at everything that we, as Englishmen and women, built in the past. Everything about this place fills me with absolute pride of what the English have achieved as a nation. And a lot of these buildings were built, and again, let's just talk through what the British have done. Let's talk through what the British have done to the working class communities. And I'm talking about, forget the, when they start talking about the mine owners this and the mine owners, most of the mine owners and the mill owners in this area, they built little communities for the people that work for them. They built churches. They built 2 up, 2 downs. And the people that worked in their mills, they're not the ones who are worked to the bone, as everyone tries to describe what happened. And again, those communities was built up. Those buildings are still standing. Those people had entrepreneurial skills that were English. We was one of the greatest nations in the world in the mill industry for making not only raw garment material from the looms, the fruit of the looms, if you like, but also we used to manufacture this stuff. We had skilled cutters, we had skilled people that would design, and we made all this stuff here. When they shut down, the British shut down the mills in this country. I was speaking to a lady the other day, and she said that they actually sent the looms, listen to this, they sent the looms to China. They sent the looms to China. They shipped the looms to China. Think about that, people. So the working class, the real working class out there, the people that want to go and earn a pound note, the people that enjoy getting up at 5:30 in the morning and doing a day's graft, and at the end of the week or the end of the month, most of us like being paid weekly, I've got to be honest, this monthly situation is what the government's trying to bring in to start swallowing people down a bit. But let me just say this to you, right? We're all out there. We want to go to work. We want to work. We want to build our communities. We wanted to do, cut out, get rid of the regulations. The only way you're ever going to do this is go back to an English parliament, because the British are the people. And again, someone was here today and they said, what's the hardest thing that you've ever seen? Now, bear in mind, this is about Batley and Spen. What we're up here for now is for Batley and Spen. Again, I'll be going to Manchester and enjoying the company of great friends that I have met through my efforts, if you like, through real patriotism. And when I say real patriotism, I'm not talking nastily about black people, brown people, Jews, or anyone else. Listen, and every race and every creed have got issues. The fact, if you want to highlight them, you should be able to highlight them, right? But what I'm saying to you is, what did we give to the world, apart from the English language. So I'm going to go through a few things here, and I want people to truly understand what it is that we're fighting for, right? We need to take back England because the British are seeking to destroy us. And people often say to me, what's the difference between British and English? It's very simple. The English gave the world the English language. The British did not. They didn't exist at that time. The English gave the world the first human rights charter, and it was called the Magna Carta. If you go and look at the human rights and the charters and the UN charters and the European Court of Human Rights charters, there are actual elements there of virtually word for word of the Magna Carta of 1215. But with an English Parliament, we progressed through that. And then we had a statute. But the original Magna Carta still exists. And it's still as valid today as when it was written. You've only got to go and look at the books about Lord Coke. So what's the difference between the English and the British? England is a nation. It's my nation. It's your nation. And it's a nation that you should be proud of. Britain is not a nation. Britain is an area, a landmass that contains 3 countries. Those 3 countries are Wales, England, and Scotland. The British is a supranational state. It wasn't, and it still isn't, and I want to say this to people, the unification of the crown already took place in 1603. So why in 1706, 1707 did the parliaments want to come together as one? And there's reasons for that. There's economic reasons. Scotland was nearly bankrupt, as it is now. And the situation was quite simple. They pulled that in to save Scotland. And the SNP, the ungrateful baskets that they are, are always blaming the English for what they've caused, right? And when I say they, I generally mean socialists, right? Because whatever happens, that is what they are. So the next question about Englishness and Britishness, go and have a look at the 2011 census. When it comes along, look at the 2021 census. The areas I'm in now, that I'm driving around with a lad hailer, where we're saying vote England, and children are coming out of the house and standing on their walls, clapping and dancing to us, right? Because these people, when you look at the stats, are 72% English-only national identity. That means they are not British. That means they are not Welsh, Irish, Scottish. They are English, and they know they're English. And now you're starting to see the English flags coming alive again. Now you're seeing these county flags. Yorkshire, the greatest #1 county in England. And it is. It is the star state. It is the star county. It is the equivalent to Texas. And people have to understand it's got its own ocean. Literally, in the north of Yorkshire, it's got its own ocean. It's got access to the roadways. It's got access to everything. And what did the British do? They took away the coal industry. They took away the steel industry. They took away the shipping industry. They took away the fishing industry. They took away every form of you earning a living. And yet people in this area still do it. A fraction of you still do it. You still vote for British parties. The British are the enemy. They will always be your enemy. In the same way as they are the absolute enemy of the United States of America, which is a much bigger version of England. But think and listen and understand, and especially the veterans. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. We've got a situation where our standing army, which is the police in this country, are abusing us, the English, all over this nation. We have human rights too. we have the right to self-determination as a nation. And that's what we're going out there telling people. That's what we're handing out with our leaflets. That's what we're saying to these people. We, the English, have rights too. We have a right to a culture. We have a right to our nation, and we have a right to self-govern our nation. And it's only when the English stand up and realise what's going on. So let me talk to the veterans. I said I wanted to say this, and I'll say it tonight. Veterans, listen to me carefully. You took an oath, and I respect you took that oath, but your oath was to Queen and country. Great Britain, the British, the United Kingdom is not a country. It is a supranational political state. It is not a country. Your country is England. Your country is Scotland. Your country is Wales, or your country is Northern Ireland. But your country is not the United Kingdom. And when you understand that you are not turning against Her Majesty the Queen, because she is still your Queen from the unification in 1603, she is still your Queen. But you will be honouring your country by standing up for this nation and standing up for England and understanding that you have been brainwashed and propagandized. I've shown you the evidence of what the British military are saying about patriots, that we're the bad guys when we're the good guys. We're not the ones out there saying we don't like blacks, we don't like browns, we don't like yellows, we don't like pinks, we don't like this, we don't like that. We're the ones who welcome these people to this country. And these people now are taking away our culture until the English are crushed. Yorkshire, as the number one county in England, the biggest county in England, what do the British seek to do? Destroy it. Divide Yorkshire into west, east, different constabularies. And then they need to bring it into a region, which is European Union region. So for those who are ex-military and veterans and serving military, understand something. Your oath is to Queen and country, and your country is England. And you can now see what the British are doing to the veterans that fought in Northern Ireland for you and to keep the peace. They come under attack, they fought back. But that is the strength of what was happened. They was ordered there by the British, and it is the British that are persecuting them. Look at this area. Look around you at the area that you're in. Look at Yorkshire and how beautiful it is. Look at the Pennines, look at the moors, look at all of it, and understand what it stands for. We can take back control of our country. We can take back control of our nation, but we need to cut away now. Cut away, and the working class, the real working class, not this class of people that have been created by the British, the ones who have never been trained in anything, the ones that want to accept handouts for the rest of their lives. Don't worry. We'll bring them back into society. We'll make sure that we teach them a trade and how to earn a living and how to have respect for themselves and others. We will do that. But the working class out of there have got to find out. The people going out and earning a pound note, the people laying the floors, the people laying the York stone, still building that York stone. And guess what, people? They've shut most of the quarries down for the York stone. Guess what? The stone is now coming in from China. Like the Humber Bridge that was cracking and showing cracks, etc. Where did the steel come from? Not 7 miles up the road from the steel manufacturers. And where did it come from? It came from China. They shipped it 12,000 miles. We know it's inferior steel. They're using inferior steel in our military. What we've got left of it. Think about the British and what they've done. Think about your Yorkshire regiments. Think about the Shropshire regiments. Think about the regiments of every county. Think about the militia that just over 100 years ago were fighting wars for us. The militia, voluntary, fighting wars for us and dying for us. What have the British done to the militia? What have the British done? Taking your arms and your firearms. What happens when they remove your firearms? Genocides always follow when the socialists remove your firearms. What are you seeing with a pandemic? What are you seeing now with vaccinations? Everything that you're seeing now, you can change. And one of the ways you can change it is when we start putting these little videos up of showing us loud hailing in Spen, is to share them videos on social media. Share the videos of Theresa Hurst on social media. Everybody comes together and shows them literally that we're out here actually doing something. I'm not being paid for this. It's coming out of my pocket, which is your money that you've donated to me. And we're out there working away. Patriots allowing me to stay in their home, feeding me. When I go along to another patriot, Mark, invited to his daughter's birthday party, I think it is. And I'm sure that's fun there, right? Especially at the barbecue. Everyone coming together, doing what they need to do. So we need to work together. One of the things that the British have done is created a divide with the North and the South, right? I can tell you now, I've already started to make an application to move up here, right? And to move, at the moment, the locality looks like it's going to be Yorkshire. And why would I do that? Because whether it's Shropshire, Yorkshire, Kent, wherever it was, and wherever that county is, we live in England. And it's England that we need to take back. So again, today, we've had a fantastic time driving around with different people. I'm going to get, he doesn't realise it yet, but he's going to shout it out in about 2 minutes. I'm going to ask him in his full-blooded Yorkshire accent to shout out what you was actually saying. You're going to do it, aren't you?
Vote English, vote England, vote for Theresa's or the English Democrats.
That's it. And that was screaming out of our loud, listen. So we drove round them streets. And then there was people coming out again, yeah. And there was people in their houses. We could see them looking as we're driving along at 10 mile an hour up their street and keep repeating that information and drive up another one and down and round and sitting in front of a pub with the people in there having a beer and that message going straight through the pub. It was fantastic. So we're going to keep doing that. I've got Karen there saying, please come to West Cumbria. It's great to see this St George flag fly with no issues. People are great. I probably will come up to West Cumbria. Marie Ingram, everything has been a lie for the last 314 years. I mean everything. I don't disagree with that comment. Yeah, proper English. So Tracy's just said that, love the accent, proper English. There you go. So you're getting your best part there. 31st of July. Oh yeah. I've just been invited to a wedding as well. That's on the 31st of July. I've got to check with some things, but I have no doubt I'll be popping up for a beer. Let's have a look. June, what about this injunction orders by Priti Patel? Injunction orders by Priti Patel. Not sure I know anything about that at the moment, but I'll have a look at some other bits. Charles Wadham, Maria Ingram. Let's have a look and see if anything else is there. Right, so that is what we've been doing, just to give you a bit of an indication. And I'm hoping that you can see this on there. As you can see, we have got both the English flag set up there and the Yorkshire flag set up there, so you can see that. And obviously, you can see my t-shirt. Well, have a look at that one and all. See that? I'm being well fed, well watered.
And just a big shout out to my brother, Kev Waring. I hope you're there, son. Go on, mucker.
Yeah, listen, you're going to have to sit in front of the camera for a minute now and then tell everyone. Just tell everyone. You sit down in front of that there. Right on that spot.
I've had a cracking day with my brothers down here in Yorkshire there. And I'm just passing it on to our Kevin. Keep your chin up, son, and keep our lucky in that water. That's all I've got to say, brother. Keep your chin up. I'm there for you, and so is Daddy Dragon.
So there's a Geordie accent for you. I'll tell you, we got some funny bars here, and hopefully the other one's going to come as well, and you'll be in fits over that one. So everyone's there. I will be working on some other bits. Is he there? Yeah, Kev, where is it? Kev. I'm going to be working on your case. I've got another one that's turned up from someone as well, which I haven't been able to look through because they've took photos of the paperwork and one bit's up like that, one bit's down like that. It's going to take me 2 hours to sort out getting the paperwork in the right way, in the right order. But I am grateful for all the support that we've had. I realise I'm only going to make this a short video. The reason for that is because I've just had something to eat and I fancy sitting down and chilling rather than giving myself indigestion. But hopefully tomorrow night will be finished earlier. Now, tomorrow I am doing an interview with Jonathan Tilt from the Freedom Alliance Party. We will be in a location. I'm going to do the video work. We're going to get that done. And I'll be putting that up on the channel and you can talk to him. And I'm going to be talking to him about a few different things as well. He's a really lovely fella and he is local. And we're going to be meeting him and putting that information out. So again, hopefully either tomorrow or Wednesday, it's probably going to be Wednesday, I'll be speaking to Teresa and doing another little video with Teresa and we need to get that out. And then you'll see us. But if anybody hears us, in the area, and I know there's people who watch this. I'll tell you what, it is the strangest thing possible. I walk people and they go, "It's Daddy Dragon," laughing to myself. You know, I'm like, "Arr." So remember, if you hear us with the loud hailer and you live in the Spen area, don't forget to let us know that you've heard us and you've spoke to something. So what we're doing is working hard to do that. If we could get 50 to 100 people knocking on doors and delivering leaflets, we would. I think this is beneficial to us. There's 2 areas we need to stay away from, and we're doing that because there's been a particular spate of violence and murders in the area. They are targeting white people, which again, you know, I suppose the biggest target for them would be someone, "I love my country," with a big English flag on the front of his chest. But there you go. So hopefully we'll be doing more and more with that. That is it. So unless there's anything you'd like to add or you think we need to say, was there anything I've missed? Winkle?
About covered everything.
This is just about covered everything. So if that is the case, cock on. It was a cock on day, right? Literally. And now we've got Kev Waring coming back onto the scene, I believe. What's he going to say?
And I'd like to say as well, from the Geordie connection to my Yorkshire brother and to my Southern brother, they've looked after me well down here, and I'm flying the flag for us boys, Kev. Don't you worry about that, son. I'll see you in a bit, brother, right? Take care and make sure you feed our Loki well.
You can imagine us driving around the car with loud like this guy. We've got English flags all over the car, all over the back of the car, and doing what we normally do. So that is it. And I will be back tomorrow night. I'll probably do a few other bits and pieces during the day. So I'm doing some filming during the day. Hopefully, if there's some people up there, we'll get some video of it, of us driving along, and you can actually see us on the loud hailer and what we're saying. Now going to do some recordings and see if we can get the thing to work the way it should do, which is to repeat. And then we'll just be able to hold it on, click it, and then take a slow drive through all the areas. But we are covering the areas, and it is good. So there you go. Are you going to Hull? Hull, you mean? No, we're not going to Hull. Where's Hull? Is that in Spen? Or is that a misspelling?
Oh.
Don't know. I think that might, unless that's in Spen. Full. It's all. I've told you it's all. He thinks that's funny when I say that. All we're going to. Right. So there, we're not going to all. Right. I could tell you somewhere else where I'm looking at staying though. Not to all. No, to all. It's not whole. You have to. The only way you can sort that out properly, you have to remove the H. Yeah. So, all. I think they mean to. Yeah, not to all. Daddy Dragon, you've been in the sun for 2 hours. Be careful you're not, my man. Huh? Do I look like I'm hot? Well, what it is, it's been such a lovely day, and I keep going in this little yard here, and I'm surrounded with all these little. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a video of the back of these houses. It's a, I wouldn't say Coronation Street, but very similar. You know, like all the little backyards and everything, and you've got little TARDISes of houses, but it's really lovely and it's a good little community. So again, we want to do it. English Bulldog. It's easy. It's all. That's it. All. Ray Edmonds, to all. Yeah, to all. And they say, when you knock on the door in all, they say, "Here, lad." And I found out yesterday that one of these people here around this location as well has actually got a whippet, which I was so happy with, you know, because obviously we need to respect the whippets and you know, the northern practice of going out, you know, catching rabbits and things. And of course, they've got whippets. My understanding is down in the basement where he won't let me go is there are ferrets, right? Although he's not telling me, but I know there's ferrets down there, right? Just to let you know. So anyway, I will see you again tomorrow evening. I will show you. I'm going to get you a bit more coverage and footage as well. Hopefully, we'll upload that before the show. Should be a lot earlier, and I should be bang on 8 o'clock. Again, studio is not the same, so it's a bit difficult for me to share things and bring things on using this bit of software. But I'll try as much as we can to get the message out to you of what we're doing. Caustic Chameleon, hello, darling. Have a lovely evening. Back to work. No gun, dun, tune. Don't have head watchers there. Head watchers. What's a head watcher? You mean a lurcher? Lurchers. Yeah, they have lurchers. Steward, Hull is the river. It's Kingston. All right. Here, Caustic Chameleon. Winged out. I've winged a ferret. English till I die. Who's got that one? Steward, good evening, sir. Right, that's it. So don't forget, I want everyone to remember what we stand for. The English are getting out there and doing it. You don't let them divide the North and the South. Let's take our country back, stand for the counties, and let's do it the right way and take it back. And again, to everybody out there, anyone in the military, understand saying your country is England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, right? The British Supra National State is no different to the European Union in the way that it operates and has operated. And anything to do with the British military is exactly the same as the European Defence Union. Let's rebuild our English regiments. Let's rebuild our militia, and let's rebuild to make sure we defend our nation, and stop travelling off to other shores to get into battles we don't need to. I'm sure that we can get some very good negotiators alongside President Trump, who I'm sure will be back shortly. And again, we will be pressing certain individuals and different bits and pieces to say we want our nation back. So I want you all to remember that. That's it. I salute you all. I will be back tomorrow, no doubt, with a bit more of a tan, hopefully. But the great thing is we're sitting in the car, and even if it rains, we're going to be stopping at different places, giving out leaflets, talking to people, etc. We've got the banners ready on the car. We've got some more banners that have been made. Again, the channel have paid for that. I want everyone to understand that. We've also got leaflets that we've got here, which were donated, kindly donated by Quentin. So thank you for that, Quentin. And again, people are reading that and understanding what we're talking about. It's just a shame that we've got police officers in different parts that are British, basically, still persecuting the English for standing for England, standing for our culture. And we've got to make sure that we express that that is a human rights abuse, and we're not going to tolerate it anymore. So there you go. We'll use the law to its greatest effect. That's it. Be lucky. And I will see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And I'll show you some more stuff up there. So don't worry. We are rocking and rolling. That's it. Be lucky. See you all tomorrow night. And don't forget what I believe in. The Constitution is the solution. And let me just make sure you've got these. Yorkshire, England.
And I'll say again, see you later to all my fans as well. I love you, brother. I'll be up there soon, Kev. Have a cup of tea with you. And like I say, make sure you give our Loki that food that I've left on the door for you.
Bye. In the office, Kevin being